All right, good morning, boys and girls. I am downstairs because the girls are upstairs working. So hopefully it stays quiet down here. We'll see. This is called How to Hide an Octopus. It is by Ruth Hellers. If you take a careful look, you'll see how creatures in this book are camouflaged and out of view, although they're right in front of you. So we talked a little bit about camouflage. Camouflage is when you blend in. So if you have a white wall and you have a white bunny, it's camouflage, it's blending in. And octopus are one of those animals that can actually change colors. They can actually turn in the color they want to, but they can't turn any color like they do in the movie Dory. They can only turn certain colors, but it's pretty neat how they camouflage. As quick as a wink, it turns to pink or green or blue or any hue. And if you think that's not enough, its skin can turn from smooth to rough. This creature is an octopus and very often hides by changing to the color over which it glides. Its relative, the cuttlefish, could do the same if he should wish. The stripes that he is sporting show that he has been courting, but he can make them fade away, slowly or without delay. So he was courting, which we talked about how when a fish is courting or a bird is courting, they're looking for a mate. So he was trying to find a girlfriend. The sargassum fish, grotesque at best, looks just like its seaweed nest. The giant red sea dragon, the most bizarre of all creatures seen so far, with ribbons of skin that grow from its chin and from its belly and back, they spread from head to tail. They spread its head and tail from. They spread from its head and trail from its tail, and it's easy to see why its enemies fail to find where it feeds. So that one was interesting. It says they spread from its head and trail from its tail, and it's easy to see why its enemies fail to find where it feeds. One reason why you have to really look at the words when you're reading. Mr. Buckman was just kind of glancing over that. So this one is in here. So you can see where it's very, very difficult to find them. Especially in real life. Think about if you're looking in an exhibit at the zoo, you have this little area to find. But in real life, that animal would be in the entire rainforest. So it'd be very difficult to find some of this. The shrimp fish hides and lives and dines head down among the urchin's spines. So here's a shrimp fish right here. You can see where it's already hard to find them. Heads up, pipefish like to play and with the grasses drift and sway. The butterfly fish has been designed to make it very hard to find. The decorator crab is drab and will not rest until it's dressed. So it proceeds to don some weeds and barnacles and sponge, you see, and even an anemone. So the anemone is what protects it. So you can see it here. And that's how clownfish survives. It's in the anemone, and it swims around. But when other animals come around, it kind of almost like shocks them. Because the world is hostile, creatures need protection. They need to hide so thoroughly that they defy detection. So some of them use camouflage to fade away with ease from predators who like to dine upon these predatees. But predators, to live, must so also fade and are discreet, and then their prey, on which they sup, can't see who's going to eat. That's kind of cool. So even though the prey might camouflage, sometimes the predator might camouflage as well, so it can sneak up on its prey. Now, with that book, you noticed I had some trouble with a few of those words. A couple of those words are really big words that I need to tap out. But part of the problem, kindergartners, I was thinking about the girls upstairs and I wasn't focused on the words. I wasn't looking at those letters. So sometimes make sure you're tapping out those letters. So when you get to big words like this word here, look for little parts like the oct, and then op, and then us. We know that little word. And then by putting that together, oct, op, us, well, that's an octopus. Really look for those parts. There's a silent E in hide, right? It reaches over, the I says its name, so I'd. So remember that short vowel is in the middle. So if there's a vowel surrounded by consonants, like in the word how, there's the O, surrounded by consonants, so it's short. But we know if there's two vowels near each other, the silent E reaches over and makes the I say its name. Or if there's two vowels next to each other, the first vowel does the talking. It's strong. I. And the second one says absolutely nothing. All right, so if we see those two vowels next to each other. It says, day 26, what makes a good treehouse? I'd like to know, what would you put in a good treehouse? So your sentence might say, my treehouse, and then you can tell me, what makes a good treehouse? Why would your treehouse be so much fun? Maybe you have a treehouse and you tell us about the one you have. All right, fill in the number bond and write the number sentence to match. You should be able to do this. We've been talking about this all week. Again, remember, it's 10 plus another number. Don't forget that hidden zero. You can cover up the zero. That'll help you to figure it out. Rainy day addition. So you're solving some quick addition up to 10, cutting and pasting. The writing's here. And then the last page is CVC words. So go ahead and find those CVC words. The one that you might not be sure is the submarine is the word sub. And these are the three-letter words that you're going to have to tap them out, and you should see the I in the middle is short because it's surrounded by consonants. So remember, tap out your words, look for your vowel rules. Whenever I see a word I don't know, I look for the vowels first. If I find the vowel in the middle, typically it's short. All right, if I find two vowels next to each other, that first vowel is going to say its name. Or if there's an E close enough or another vowel within a letter, I can get to it. Now, a word like butter, B-U-T-T-E-R, remember that E is too far away. There's too many consonants for it to reach over and grab it. So that has that short U in the word but. The E-R, at the end of the word is a chunk. Okay, you might see A-R, A-L. Those we call monsters. They kind of affect that vowel sound. So sometimes the vowel doesn't always use the rule. It might sometimes have a different sound, like the O-O-U, O-O-U. So remember that when you see those vowel rules. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.